This is Heartrepreneur Radio, maximizing your personal and business results by leading with your heart. With your host, Terry Levine. Listen every week as Terry tackles the topics that will help you become a successful heart-centered entrepreneur. Be sure to read the blog posts at www.heartrepreneur.com/blog. Come back often and add this show to your favorite RSS feed or subscribe in iTunes. You can also follow Terry on Twitter at MentorTerry and on Facebook.com/Heartrepreneur Terry Levine. And now here's Terry.
Hello, welcome. It's Terry Levine here with Heartrepreneur Radio, Heartrepreneur TV, and just reminding you, smile. Now, it might sound like a strange way to start the show. I've never started the show that way, but today I was really thinking about how much smiling changes your neurology and how much more joy you get if you just smile. So I just wanted to share that little tip with you because here at Heartrepreneur, we're all about making life and business better. My guest is extra special today. You're really going to enjoy my guest. Her name is Pamela Sommers, and she is an international award-winning as well as a best-selling author. And she has helped many of her best-selling motivational personal growth books. Those books have made a real difference and an impact, and she's going to be here with us today. Some of her books are life lessons from a 40-something for the best start in life, building castles in the sky, how to make your dreams come true, and fabulously you. Live a life you love. That's what we're about at Heartrepreneur, so I had to have her on. Her work has been featured in Success Magazine, Thrive Global, HuffPost, The Independent, Metro UK, House of Cocoa, Lady Lost Blogger, so many more. And she is also the founder of an international, multi-award-winning jewelry and accessories boutique, something I like, called Summer Sparkle, which has been featured in several publications, including British Vogue. So you're going to find out just a moment that she is passionate, like I am, in helping people have tools to be empowered so they actually go for their dreams. Pamela, welcome here at Heartrepreneur Radio and TV.
Thank you very much, Terry. It's great to be here.
I'm so curious, how did you get started on this journey? What brought you to where you are?
Well, to be honest, it was literally by accident. I mean, literally. At the time, I just finished my career in banking and I wanted to explore something else. So I started working in the school. And it was during the school holidays, actually, that First, I went to horse racing lessons, which was one actually fear that I conquered because I always wanted to ride a horse. So I got on a horse and I managed to do that. And it was brilliant and I felt awesome and I felt I could tackle anything, anything. And actually this led me on to do the gardening. And I'm not really a gardener. I'd rather enjoy the garden, but I'm not really one to just get my hands dirty and do that. A lesson, well, I should have known really. So what I did was I started tackling the garden and cutting down rose bushes, etc., really enthusiastically. And then what happened was that I had an accident with my right hand. It started shaking uncontrollably. I couldn't even hold a glass of water. And I thought, this is bad. Surely this is not normal. This can't be normal. So anyway, cut a long story short, after numerous trips to the doctors and physicians, physiotherapy, they basically said there was nothing I could do. And I thought, what? It was my right hand and I'm right-handed. And I thought, well, what on earth am I going to do? I mean, I use it for everything. Like you do your hair, you do, you dress yourself, you cook, you do, everything. And so I was absolutely devastated. And I also played instruments as well. So I was really gutted about that because I played the guitar and things like that. And I was like, what? What do you mean I can't use my hand? And I saw 3 different doctors who basically told me that basically I had to give up my job and I couldn't. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to look after my family? It really turned my world upside down just like that. And I was like, oh my God, where did this come from? I can't believe it. So I went to really rock bottom at the time. I was really down. I mean, probably quite naturally, really, because I couldn't even do the basic things like eating with a knife and fork, things you just take for granted, you know. So after a long time, I went to the physio, toing and throwing. And funny enough, I decided to buy myself a bracelet just to cheer me up, just to do something that I used to do quite normally, you know. So I was sitting in the physio waiting room, and the receptionist at the time, she says, "Oh, I really like your bracelet. Where did you get it from?" And I had, it was like a crystal bracelet, and it had like a sparkle in the middle. And we got chatting. And I know it sounds trivial, but that one compliment really changed my life, because it really made me feel good after such a long time of feeling really down. I went back home, I walked with a spring in my step, and I thought, oh my God, I feel really good. I feel like I'm getting back to me again, you know. So I wanted to hold on to this feeling. So later that evening, and I remember it was December, it was just after Christmas, I felt, actually, I love this feeling so much. I would like to bring this feeling to others. What can I do? And then I remembered the bracelet, and I thought, hang on, what if I did that? What if I could bring other jewelry and bring this feeling of being special to other women and make them feel just as special, just like I did? I want to share this experience. So that's how that all began, really. I started just sourcing a few bracelets, and then I didn't have a clue what I was going to do, you know, so I started with a website, just starting with a few bracelets, see how they went, and they went really well, and then it got just really added to that. Then I started adding the collection, and then I thought, hang on a minute, when do people feel most special? And I thought, well, actually, special occasion, when they're at their wedding day. And then so that's how it started. And all of a sudden, the website, you know, the brand got bigger. I found lots of brides-to-be buying our jewellery, and then we started getting featured, and then we picked up some awards, like from Wedding Wire, voted.
If you have any challenges in your business and you want some business advice and help, we're here to do a customized blueprint to help you overcome your biggest business challenge. Send an email right now to Terry, Terri, at Terry Levine, Levine, and we will tell you how to get your customized business blueprint. We are truly here to help you.
I think it was a couple of years running, actually, Couples Choice Awards we picked up. And it just went on from there. And then I started doing some PR and things like that. And then Vogue got in touch with me. I had a phone call from British Vogue. Yeah. And they said, oh, we want you in our magazine. We want you to profile you as a jewelry designer. We want your profile. And so actually I was in a few issues of Vogue. And then we were even in the centenary edition, which was a biggie. And then other publications. And it went on from there. It just all started with a bracelet.
That's an amazing story. I'm really glad you shared it. I'm fascinated at how many people I meet and I talk to that had some kind of an incident, you know, whether it's emotional, whether it's an accident, whatever. And I had an accident also that like changed my life because I got a neurological disease from it. And I've looked at the gift in it, right? There's like an amazing gift in it. Yeah. And the other piece that really hit me is when a tiny little thing can make you feel so different, right? Someone gives you a compliment, whatever it is. I'm telling people all the time, we started today with smile. You never know. Your smile could make a difference to someone. Your compliment, right? So I just love your story. And you know, I think it just shows us that every action that we take can have an instant reaction, not only for ourselves, but a gift to pass forward. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a ripple effect. I mean, you just never know how many other people can be impacted by just one action from someone, a compliment, a smile, or a hello. You know, you don't know where that hello will lead you. You know, it's just amazing. Life is full of surprises. I mean, I would never have thought that was impossible. It just completely changed my life, you know.
So, but I'm curious now. So here we are in the jewelry area, which like I am so excited to see. I'm like, jewelry. How did that lead to you writing books? How did that happen?
Yeah, well, that was pretty interesting because that wasn't planned at all. there'd been some instances in the news at the time, and there was a lot of teenagers, they wanted to end their life and things like that. And I remember feeling quite disturbed about that. And then I started thinking back to when I was younger and the times I felt lonely and like I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel like I had anyone to turn to and things like that. Ooh. So that got me thinking. And then all of a sudden, one day, I know that sounds silly, but I actually literally felt pulled to do something about it, and literally got up that morning and decided to write. I'm gonna write. I don't know who it's for. I don't know, but I'm gonna do so. Literally, I just started writing, and I was writing to that young adult who was feeling alone. I was writing to the person who wanted to end their life. I was writing to the young teenager who felt she has no self-esteem. She didn't know where to start from scratch, who felt unloved, who didn't feel beautiful. I was writing to her. So that's all I did. I just started writing. And at that time, I was going to only write one book. And I thought, if I could just help one person, that would mean the world to me. Just one person, that would make so much difference. And that was another thing I did. So literally, I started focusing, if you like, the inner sparkle. So of the outer sparkle, I focused on the inner sparkle and how to bring that out. Because everyone has something to offer in themselves. They might not see it, they might not recognize it. And sometimes it might take someone else to help them tap into that and recognize it in themselves. So then they have the gumption and they start having that little bit of confidence at a time, even if it takes like small steps, one step at a time, until they gradually see it for themselves. And then they start feeling more confident, more empowered, and think, actually, yeah, I can do something. I can make something of myself. And the world is your oyster. And I strongly believe that you can do, whatever you want to set out to achieve. You can. It's in you. It's in all of us.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I think that every human being on the planet, regardless of circumstance, regardless of anything, we all have a similar DNA and we all have capabilities. And sometimes subconsciously, we have so many beliefs that are just the only thing that stops us. So if we move through that, and I call it the inner game, if we move through that inner game, then the actions line up and so many amazing things that can happen. What I love about you as I listen to you, like I got goosebumps. You're such a heartrepreneur, my word, for people who are here to make a difference on the planet. You're helping people really become empowered and to understand that they can have it. They can live their dream. They can have that kind of a life. What do you think, Pamela, is the biggest reason that people get stuck or don't live their fullest, best potential in their lives?
Is your business struggling? You want more leads, you want to convert leads more easily, you want more revenues, more profits. Whatever your biggest business challenge is, we're here to help you. We have a proprietary proven process that's guaranteed here at Heartrepreneur to help you increase your revenues and profits. And we have the ability to help you overcome your biggest business challenge. Simply send us an email to Terry, Terri, at Terry Levine, Levine.com, and we will show you how we can help you overcome your biggest business problem by doing a customized blueprint just for you. Whatever your problem or challenge is, stop struggling, stop the frustration. Let us help you so that you can have more money, more freedom, and more free time in your business. Do it now. Send the email now.
I think many people are just constantly looking at what other people are doing and constantly comparing themselves to the other. And then they feel less than. They feel, oh, that's different from her. She can do that because X, Y, Z. He's got so much money. He can do that because he's got that. But that's not actually the case, because everyone, we are all born with the gifts. You've got that inside you, and it's a case of releasing that. Allow yourself to see the beauty in you, because I believe everyone has that certain something about them, and you don't have to compare yourself to others. You were put on earth for a reason. You've got that gift. So allow yourself the gift of exploring that even more. You know, it's like a voyage of self-discovery, if you will. You know, you just tap into it and just, you know, allow yourself to. I think a lot of people are restricted. They say, oh, you have to be this way, you have to be that a certain way. You don't, you just have to be you, you know. I think all too often people are so busy trying to be like everyone else when they could just be themselves, you know. And I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. It's so interesting to me. I was writing an article the other day, and in the article said, we're living in a cookie cutter world. And what I meant by that is we see somebody do something on social media, so we try and do the same thing. We see somebody do something in business, or somebody's wearing a certain outfit. I'm going to wear that, get a similar outfit. And I'm I guess I'm a lot quirky. I was going to say a little. I learned, and it took a long time. It wasn't until probably my 30s. Just to be myself. And I'll tell you how it happened. I think it may be relevant for the audience. I was already a keynote speaker, and I was speaking on large platforms. And a woman came up to me and she said, I'm an image consultant, and I want to tell you that at your age, you need to have short hair. I would straighten your hair. I'd wear different clothes. She went on and on and on. Well, I came home, and my self-esteem was about this big. Not wearing the right outfit. I better cut my hair that I loved. I shouldn't wear curly, which is natural. All of these things. And the next morning I woke up, and I really did wake up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I embrace my curls. I like my curls. I like the clothes I wear. And I also like that I'm distinct and that I'm different. And I'm not going to conform, and I'm going to just be me because I want to live my life authentically. That was one of the best gifts anyone gave me, was actually kind of putting me in a cookie cutter, having me feel uncomfortable with that, and then becoming more comfortable to be myself. Does that resonate?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you did remind me of an incident I had actually at the hairdressers when the hairdresser at the time, and she said, oh, you know, you're at the age now where you need to have short hair. And I said, excuse me? And I couldn't believe it. I said, you're talking to me? I'm like a client. Like, she said, yes, you should be having short hair now. And the thing is, it went silent. It completely went silent in the whole hairdressers, and everyone just looked and paused for the next thing. And I literally I never went back to the hairdressers again. That just reminded that. I couldn't believe it. I said, excuse me? You're telling me I need to cut my hair short, like really short as well, you know? Yeah. Thought, no, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a number. I'm like, I strongly believe that, you know. You're trying to say because I'm over a certain age that I should have my hair really short.
Yeah,
you reminded me of that.
It's really funny that we have a similar story.
Yeah.
Looking through the titles of your books and How to Make Your Dreams Come True and Fabulously, you know, you're living the life you love. I'm looking at that and I'm saying, yeah, that's what wasn't right for me in my life up until a point. First of all, I didn't think my dreams could come true in any area of my life. And second of all, I didn't think I was here to live a fabulous life. I thought I was here to just, you know, work and do what you're supposed to do until one day, like my father taught me this, I love my father. And he really was brought up to believe you work. And one day, maybe you get to retire and then you live your life. And I turned, I think it was 38. And when I turned 38, I really just remember changing completely and saying, no, this is about life on my terms. Designing the life I want. I don't know how many more days, none of us do, we have on the planet. So I'm not going to wait till I retire because maybe I only have one more day, one more hour. And now I live my life just like that. I live my life in a way where I experience what I choose. I'm curious, by the way, please tell people where they can get your books. I want people to get your books.
Oh, certainly. They're available on Amazon, Waterstones, Barnes & Noble, leading bookshops. They're available, or you can get them at our website, PamelaSommers.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what about the jewelry? Let's say that again. Where do we get your
sure. Sommersparkle.com. That's SOMMER sparkle.com.
I love the name, and I love anything sparkly. So what would you say, or who would you say is an ideal person to read your books, go look at your jewelry and connect with you? Whose heart are you really wanting to connect with?
I would say I'm connected to that lady who believes in the power of possibility, who's willing to try something new, who is not afraid to step into her power, who believes she wants something more out of life. You know, it's not just this. There's something more, and she's willing to take that next step and just discover herself a little bit more and tap into her. And, you know, you never know where your potential would take you. You know, you've got your highest potential. I bet there's so much untapped that you haven't even discovered yet.
And if there's gentlemen listening, which we know there's also gentlemen, think about the women that you know, right? Whether it's your spouse or your partner, whether it's your sister, whether it's your aunt, whether it's your mother, whether it's your grandma. And who would be helped either by you getting a copy of the books and gifting them?
Yes, certainly.
Right? Or actually, women love jewelry. Go ahead.
Many men love. We've started doing men's jewelry too,
Really?
and they love, especially personalized items. They love it. And also, they actually love my books. Actually, men love my books, and I'm so thrilled about that. Like, for example, life lessons, even though there's a stiletto on the front cover, silver stiletto, actually, I think that probably just intrigues them a little bit more. That is, let me see what this is about. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because I actually, it's not one gender or another, the book, actually. So it does, they love it because they've found tips for themselves to build their self-esteem, their confidence as well, because men have issues like that too. So, it's not just about women. And particularly my second book, because that's all to do with more the mindset, and it's more of a spiritual self-help book, how to take your dreams, instead of keeping them dreams, and turning them into reality and doing the practical steps to make them happen. So, yeah.
That's phenomenal. It's interesting. People ask me all the time, because the word heartrepreneur, they think, heartrepreneurs for women. We have a heartrepreneur cause movement on Facebook. It's a group called Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine. And over 70% of the members are male. Over 80% of my clients at one time or another are male. So it fluctuates back and forth, more women, more men. Right now, it's 80% male. And people ask me, well, the company is called Heartrepreneur, use pink and purple everywhere. Aren't you trying to attract women? And my answer's, I'm trying to attract people who want to do business with heart. And there's a lot of men in this world that have emotional intelligence and that really are embracing just like you're saying, living the life they love also. And I want men to really get this. Like, we are maybe speaking a little bit about something that may sound female. The truth is, we're all here on this planet to enjoy our lives, to be authentic, to live life on our terms and be who we are authentically. So I'm glad that you also speak to men. I think your message is important for men and women. I think everyone can learn from you. And by the way, I'm glad you're here doing jewelry for men, because I'm actually in the process, you and I have to talk, I'm in the process of wanting to design some jewelry for all of my Heartrepreneur clients. And as I said, I have a lot of men, and it's got to be something with a heart, right? I'm all about hearts. So I'm thinking, what can I do that would be nice for women that men would also embrace? So I want everyone to really think about, just because you hear, sparkle. Well, I got to tell you, there's nothing wrong with sparkle for men. And one other quick story.
No, there isn't.
I have this bracelet on that has a really pretty crystal right here that was given to me by a client family member. And yesterday I was walking on the beach. 4 people randomly, I don't know these people, and I wear this every day. 4 people stopped me and they asked about my bracelet, because apparently there was a lot of sparkle from the sun and the reflection, and everyone.
Wow, yes. Yeah.
So I felt like my bracelet was adding sparkle to their lives. And it's so interesting that, here I am with you today, and we're talking about making our dreams come true, living the life we love. We're talking about sparkle. There's just no accidents in the world. And I'm so happy that I'm getting to know you, getting to meet you. In wrapping up today, gosh, this goes way too fast. What's the message that you want to leave people with? And then again, tell them where you want them to go to get your books and the jewelry.
I would say, don't be afraid to be yourself. Be bold, be beautiful, be you.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah. You can get my books PamelaSommers.com, or they're available on Amazon, and my jewelry is at summersparkle.com. Add a touch of sparkle to your life.
You've just been a joy. You've added a touch of sparkle here at Heartrepreneur Radio and TV. And you've just been a delight. Thank you. I'm so glad we're connected. Thank you so much for being my guest here today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And then for the listeners, for the viewers, we put together for free a 4-video series that literally teaches you my step-by-step process on how to generate all the leads that you want in your business. So many of you have identified as your biggest business issue, how do you get leads? You know, that you hear in my company, we average 9 leads a day. A few weeks ago, we had 77 leads in 1 week. And you say, oh, we must do a lot of sales and marketing. No, we don't actually do anything. So we're giving away the videos as a gift for you being a viewer and a listener. And you can go get that at www.theultimatebusinessgrowthsystem.com. Totally free. They start coming to you, and it's our pleasure. So if you've enjoyed our show, our request is that now you pass it forward. A Heartrepreneur passes it forward just like Pamela has done. So think about who else might enjoy the show. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here at Heartrepreneur Radio and TV. Bye now.
You've been listening to Heartrepreneur Radio, maximizing your personal and business results by leading with your heart with your host, Terry Levine. This show is produced every week for your enjoyment and education. To make sure you never miss a single show, add us to your favorite RSS feed or subscribe in iTunes. You can also read Terry's latest blog posts at www.heartrepreneur.com/blog. Or follow Terry on Twitter at MentorTerry and on Facebook.com/Heartrepreneur Terry Levine. Your questions and comments are always welcome and appreciated. Send them to Terry on either Facebook or Twitter. Thank you for listening.